Closer to normal, but right now, downtown LA, 79 degrees. In Santa Ana, it's 87.
Orange County again reporting record COVID hospitalizations and dual vaccine events today by the president and president-elect. These stories and more all coming up in 3 minutes. It's 3:27.
Attention, Woolsey and Thomas fire victims. If you or your family has suffered injury or death, damage to your property, or to a commercial business as a result of the Woolsey or Thomas fire, Robbins Cloud can help you pursue your claim against SoCal Edison and get the compensation you deserve. Call 800-712-9919. That's 800-712-9919 for more information. Investigations by fire authorities have determined the Woolsey and Thomas fire were sparked by SoCal Edison not properly maintaining its equipment, which led to catastrophic consequences. If you or your family has suffered injury or death, damage to your property, or to a commercial business as a result of the Woolsey or Thomas fire, it's important you call Robbins Cloud today at 800-712-9919. That's 800-712-9919 to find out if you may have a claim for damages. Statute of limitations apply. So please call now for a free case review. Homeowners, ready for some good news? With continued uncertainty in the world, interest rates continue to drop to near all-time lows. Rate Plus is now able to offer a rock-bottom 15-year fix at just 1.875% rate, 2.14% APR, with no lender fees. That's right, a 15-year fix at just 1.875% rate, 2.14% APR, and we'll pay your title, escrow, and appraisal fees. You could save thousands. Call Rate Plus now at 800-948-7290. That's 800-948-7290. 800-948-7290. Or visit rateplus.com. Rate Plus is an equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Rates subject to change. Maximum loan amounts determined by FHFA conforming loan limit for each California county. Subject to underwriting approval. This proposed APR calculation does not include prepay or odd days interest. The APR and your disclosures may differ. Licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 60 DBL 35845 and MLS unique identifier number 1230949.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
What can give you a competitive edge in today's red-hot housing market? Rocket can. That's because Rocket Mortgage can give you a verified approval. It could help your offer stand out. Rocket Technology provides a rock-solid verification of your income, assets, and credit, giving sellers greater confidence in you. Go to rocketmortgage.com or call us today at 8338-ROCKET. A verified approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your individual financial information, appraisal, and title report. Call for cost information and commission equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MLS consumer asset federal number 3030.
West Medical's breakthrough varicose vein solution is covered by most PPO health insurances. Call today.
Because I call 1-800-MEDICAL.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Our top local story at 3:30. The first batch of 84,000 coronavirus vaccine doses could be in LA County as early as next week. And we're seeing an unrelenting surge of devastating spikes in cases, hospitalizations, and deaths. Public health officials are reporting a total of 8,000 deaths related to COVID-19, a new milestone, while hospitalizations continue to rise sharply, along with thousands of new cases.
These case counts are unlike any we've ever seen in our county. Your chances of becoming infected are so much higher when 1 in 100 people are likely to be infected, which is where we are now.
That's County Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer. On the vaccine front, she anticipates the county's first allocation could be followed by a second round in late December, with healthcare workers, residents, and staff at skilled nursing facilities among those prioritized to receive them.
The goal is obviously to decrease death and serious disease, preserve functioning of necessary healthcare services, and a larger society.
That said, it will likely be some time before the general public gets access to the vaccine. Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Orange County's latest hospitalizations number is a record setter, 946 people now in hospitals, 235 in the ICU. Hospitalization number is an all-time high for Orange County. The ICU number is close to a high from mid-July. No new deaths reported today.
The coronavirus numbers in California overall are off the charts, and state health officials are urging people to cancel their travel plans, cancel any visits, and hunker down at home to help bring the case numbers down.
They're worried about the soaring positivity rates and the soaring hospitalization rates, especially in the ICUs. And Health and Human Services Secretary Dr. Mt Baldy says they're still worried about more people becoming infected from the Thanksgiving holidays.
Without some major change in our overall behavior and our movement, we will see hospitals continue to feel that pressure and get overwhelmed.
And that's exactly why they're urging people to comply with the stay-at-home order.
Almost every activity, I should say every activity that can be done differently and keep us at our homes, not mixing with others, is safer.
He explained that part of the reason for banning outdoor dining was to accomplish the goal of keeping people at home. And he warned that if the coronavirus rates don't come down, we could be looking at a 6-week stay-at-home order, or possibly even 9 weeks. John Baird, KNX 1070, News Radio.
The LA County Sheriff says the pandemic has made what was previously a nuisance into threats to public health.
Raising underground parties, especially in rural areas, are not uncommon in Los Angeles County. That's what Sheriff Alex Villanueva says. There was one last weekend in Palmdale where they arrested 158 people. They had taken over a vacant house.
They even moved in with an entire U-Haul with all their equipment.
Because of the pandemic, these parties are now super spreader events.
They fan out once the party is over, and that's how these become super spreader events. Every weekend there is at least probably half a dozen of these.
He says the people behind them are subject to prosecution. They come in quick, they leave, and yes, they are making money.
They make money hand over fist. Everything is under the table.
Sheriff Villanueva says one new priority for his deputies in this pandemic is to be on the lookout for these super spreader events. Craig Figner, KNX 1070 News Radio.
President-elect Joe Biden is promising his administration will oversee the injection of 100 million COVID-19 vaccine shots within his first 100 days as president. That was just part of what he talked about at a healthcare event in Delaware. President-elect Joe Biden took a few digs at President Trump as he unveiled his health team, speaking to the divide over wearing masks amid COVID-19.
Whatever your politics or point of view, mask up for 100 days.
Without naming Mr. Trump directly, Mr. Biden told the nation that telling the truth is what his team, including Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, will always do. Alison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
Same time as the Biden events, President Trump was holding what he called a vaccine summit. The White House celebrating what he called a miracle of the vaccines and his role in making it all happen as quickly as it did. The President also took a step he said would make sure Americans would get the vaccine before people in other countries do.
Signed an executive order to ensure that the United States government prioritizes the getting out of the vaccine to American citizens before sending it to other nations. Now, if necessary, I told you we'll invoke the Defense Production Act.
Executive order largely seen as symbolic. The scope of enforcement is unclear.
Sharp words directed at LA County's new DA and his new reforms.